Hi guys, welcome to our final lesson on QuaranTUBE with Dr. Z. This is episode 17, and today I thought I would end with problem types. We actually went over this at the beginning of our distance learning adventure, but I never did a video on it. So I know I assigned you guys a couple things like PODs and stuff at the beginning of our distance learning, but I thought I'd end with this video because all of you are moving on to 7th grade, and in 7th grade that's when you start doing pre-algebra and algebra formally. We've been doing algebra basically this whole time when we've been talking about variables and problem types, but I wanted to kind of review this before you leave me and go to 7th grade, when this is going to be probably a daily talk in your math classes. All right, so today's interleave math is called problem types lesson. Sad. All right, so I'm going to be talking about problem types in 3 different ways. Hopefully all of this is not new to you, but if it is, here it is. All right, so the 3 problem types are start unknown, change unknown, and result unknown. The 2 ways that we're going to talk about these 3 problem types are going to be join and separate. Join, as you can see, is addition, and separate is subtraction. And don't worry about this little piece of paper, it's only because I messed up. So I put another little sliver of paper right there, just so I didn't have to rewrite the whole thing. But I wanted to start with start unknown. So when we talk about start unknown, we're talking about a variable x, which could be any number, at the beginning of this algebraic equation, right? So this one reads x plus 5 is equal to 12. For join. For separate, it's x minus 5 is equal to 12. I'm using similar numbers, not the same, obviously, because for addition and subtraction, I'm using somewhat slightly different numbers, but I'm using similar numbers so that you can just kind of see the difference, okay? The next one is change unknown. This one, join, says 7 plus x is equal to 12. Separate says 17 minus x is equal to 12. Start unknown is obvious as to why it's called start unknown. The beginning of the algebraic equation is missing, right? You don't know how much someone or something started with. Okay, I'm going to show you an example as we do our POD. The change unknown sometimes can be tricky when you're trying to identify if a problem is a change unknown problem. You're going to see, do I know what has changed? Do I know what value has changed? You got to ask yourself that. Okay, and finally, result unknown. Result unknown is what you typically see in most practice problems, right? Blank plus blank, and you're missing the answer. So 7 plus 5 is equal to x. So that's how you typically would say it, right? 7 plus 5 is equal to, and we got to figure out what the answer is, right? When really, x is the quote-unquote answer for all of these equations, okay? It's not only when the unknown is after the equal sign when you consider that to be the answer. Any unknown that you have to figure out is your answer, right? But in this case, for result unknown, the unknown, the x, will be after the equal sign. X plus 5 is equal to, 7 plus 5 is equal to x. 17 minus 5 is equal to x. All right, so here we're going to be looking at a POD, and as I read it to you, I'd like for you to identify whether it is a start, change, a result unknown, and is it a join or a separate problem, okay? So I'm going to read it to you. POD. It was finally 6th grade culmination. Kiara's family gave her 17 balloons. Whoa. While she was holding her balloons, some flew away. Sad. She ended up having 12 balloons left. How many flew away? I'm going to leave that up there for a moment so you can read that to yourself one more time in case I read that too fast. I'm going to go back up here real quick and think, I wonder what the POD is asking, okay? It says, how many flew away? I want you to look at the POD and think, what information do I know? Because you're going to have to create and you're going to have to create an algebraic equation, a start, change, or result unknown algebraic equation, and which one of those 3 problem types matches today's POD. So if we take a look up here, we know that Kiara started with how many balloons? Yes, she started with 17 balloons. And something happened, right? We knew that some flew away. Sad. Some flew away. Do we know how many? No, because that's really what the question is. But we do know how many balloons she had left. So according to our problem types, we know what she started with. We know how many she had left at the end, but we do not know, right, how many flew away, right? So she had 17 balloons. Some flew away. We don't know the amount. And now she has 12 balloons left. So this problem is going to reflect that same equation that we have here for change, a separate change unknown. 17 minus x is equal to 12. Now, obviously, we can do this in our minds, right? We can say x is equal to 5 balloons. She still had a lot of balloons left. 5 balloons flew away, and now she has 12 left. The important thing about this is not how easily we can do this mental math, but the important thing is to be able to identify what kind of problem it is. When you go on to middle school and you do algebra, a lot of your problems are going to be word problems, right? Those are no different than PODs that we've been doing in class all year long. When you are looking at those word problems, you are going to be asked to identify or write an algebraic equation, right? Some of you might have been thinking, well, I know how to do this. This is going to be 17 minus 12, and that's going to be 5. Did some of you guys think that? This is not what you call the algebraic equation. Or some of you might have said 17 minus 12 is equal to x, because x is what I need to find out. This is a strategy for that algebraic equation. Because really the unknown is not a result, but it is really the change that is the unknown. So again, if you wrote this down, that is a strategy to figure out this unknown. The algebraic equation really looks like that. Okay, this is saying Kiara had 17 balloons and 12 went away. 12 were subtracted from there. And that's not really what the story is saying at all, right? Kiara had 17 balloons, some flew away, and she had 12 balloons left. This does not reflect that, even though this might get you to the quote-unquote right answer. When you're asked to create an algebraic equation, you have to read carefully at what the POD is saying. Okay? Now, today, your assignment connected to today's POD is to change this POD so that this POD can sound like a start unknown, and then change it one more time so that it can sound like a result unknown. We've done this before where we've manipulated PODs so that we can practice with the different problem types before. We've done this before. So you're taking this Kiara POD and writing it 2 more times. One time you are going to write it so that it reflects a start unknown algebraic equation. And then you're going to write it one final time to reflect a result unknown algebraic equation. It's going to be the same numbers, same scenario, except when you solve it, your algebraic equations are going to look different. All right? Okay. Hopefully that all made sense. If it didn't, you know that you can always leave comments or ask me through Dojo for any clarifications. All right? Okay, that was episode 17, our last lesson together for distance learning for this school year. Tomorrow is your culmination. Look forward to that. You all worked really hard, and I'm super proud of you. Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.